No, go back in.
Okay.
See you. Is it just me and you?
I think so. Hold on.
Everybody might have turned their computer off. Hold on. Let me fire off a few.
Yeah, it's the same password, I believe, Todd. See if you can't get, Paula's a gold star. She just left before it even shut down.
Okay, there's one. I'm not going to get in trouble for this, am I? I'm going to do them individually just to make sure.
Yeah.
Now, you need to adjourn the meeting. You need to adjourn it.
The hell is that?
That was Alex.
Oh.
He's trying to send them an email or text message to get them back on. And he was sending it individually, so. Sean's back on. It should be the same.
Yeah, it works.
Okay.
It'd be faster if I call. Well, who are you calling?
We got the mayor's on here.
Joe, get back on your
Roger's
computer.
on
The
here.
meeting's back
Scott's
on.
here.
All right, Alex. We
Looks like
got
we're
it.
ready to go back on.
Yeah, but it's back up. Yeah, go back on your computer. It's the same password, same site.
I think I'm on now. Thanks for y'all's help.
Okay.
Sorry,
Bye-bye.
I'm not sure.
Yep. Joe's on his way.
Got it? Paula's already a gold star, so she's not going to be on.
Where do we go? Trying to get hold of Jim.
Hey, get back on. The host has turned it back on. Yeah, get back on. All right, bye. Jim's getting back on.
All right. That's why he didn't answer my phone call. Nobody here.
Hello?
I heard somebody say hello.
Hi, Joe.
This is Joe.
Hello.
Ugh. Dang, you gone. Hey, Sean.
Yes, sir.
Just a heads up. I'm looking up your nose all through the meeting, man.
You look at my what? My nose?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been laying down so I can type. Large nostrils. Sorry.
I guess I'm guilty of that too, sorry.
I can't type it all at the same time. I can't keep both of them warm.
Don't turn
Don't compare nostrils here.
There you go.
Alright, I got a very large melon, so we'll see.
Get in here.
Who we got on here? We got,
Get in here. Go to bed. The light's off.
we got Joe, we got Todd, Jennifer, Danny. We have a quorum, so
There we go.
there's Jim.
What happened?
Ran out of time. Okay, where was we at?
Discussing, Alex made a comment that we can just, you guys can move forward amending the ordinance to include food trucks going forward or something. I think that's the last thing I had notes on.
Well, I
So
didn't
actually, Mr. Mount could actually, set up his stand there at the produce market on county property then.
I don't think he's gonna be satisfied to do that.
well,
He is gonna sue us. He's already said he was going to. He sued, his tanning business sued back in April, May, whatever.
I think he's covered under the original,
Yeah,
in the book, 60.002.
yeah.
It says each person, firm, or partnership, I'm going to skip to the important parts, investing or engaging in any business. So that's going to cover a food truck, even though it doesn't specifically say food truck.
Yeah.
It's in Dry Ridge though. Wouldn't that make a difference?
No, this is our book.
That's our ordinance, Kay.
Yeah, but you're saying if he's got another business in Crittenden, he
He's
can.
got one in Owington too.
No, he has one in Dry Ridge. He has one in Owington. But our ordinance, what Todd is saying, or Danny, whoever it was, our ordinance says you have to give him 10 days. If he doesn't have a permit, you gotta give him 10 days to get one. That's what the ordinance says. What number is it, Todd? 60 point?
The
something?
10
I looked it
day,
up last night.
the 10
Is
day,
it under code enforcement?
no, it's
It's under ordinances.
it's under occupational
It's under-
license.
I'm sorry,
Occupational license.
Yep, it's under occupational license.
And the loophole that he's going to fit through is engaging in any business.
He's gonna come after you, Kay. He's going to. He's a hothead.
Wait.
I'm trying to find this that 10-day rule. Oh no, that ain't it. Where is it? Enforcement. Yeah, enforcement. Here we go. It shall be the duty of the city clerk, treasurer, mayor, or any police officer, which I'm going to assume this was written while we still had a police department, upon his or her learning that any person, firm, or corporation required by this chapter to pay any license tax has not paid the same, to send to that person, firm, or corporation a required letter stating the license is due, and that unless it is paid within 10 days, a citation will be issued.
I agree with that, but he doesn't have any license for Crittenden.
He's trying to get, or I'm
But
gonna
the
give him the
ordinance
benefit
says-
of the doubt that he didn't know he needed one. I'll just say.
Right.
But then when he went to try to get it, he wasn't allowed to acquire one.
And he's still not allowed.
Hey, did you give one to John Bacon, Thomas? You've never given him a license, or a permit?
Never signed a license. If Megan did, then she did.
Okay, I'm sure Megan did.
Now wait a minute,
He had one.
hold on. There's a problem with that too. the mayor, your signature on an occupational license is no good. Under 60.004, only the city clerk / treasurer can sign an occupational license. Nowhere in 60.004 is any other title put in here except for city clerk treasurer. And it says the license certificate shall be void and of no effect without the signature of the city clerk / treasurer, period. This was also written in '83. So now my question, I guess, to expand out on this, is the city clerk signing the occupational licenses for the last 2 years, or have you been signing them?
The last 4 months it's been me, Todd.
But here's the thing, I'm not gonna ask a clerk to do something illegal.
But he's the only one that can
You
sign them.
did. You did.
When?
By not allowing this guy to have a permit when you've given them to other people. It's discriminating.
I've never gave one to another person. Here's the
He's been given one by the others have been given them by the city of Crittenden.
I can't help what happened beforehand, but I can help what happens now.
It's happened while you, on your watch, so it's the same thing as you doing it.
I'm not gonna go against the rules now,
What?
because Megan didn't ask me.
What?
Did
What?
you know everything about city government, Jennifer, when you first started?
Okay, don't even start on me. You just stop right now. I don't
Well,
want to hear
that's
that.
what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
You're responsible. You are the mayor. You are responsible for whatever Megan did.
Have a motion to
Supposed to
adjourn.
supervise the city employees.
I'm just trying to find out in this occupational license where it says somebody can be denied and for what reason.
Did you not listen to Alex earlier?
I'm on the phone. Todd, it's just that it's not a permitted use within the zoning code. I mean, if you're asking the city clerk, who is actually going to be administered, of course, by the mayor, to look the other way because the zoning code doesn't permit it. I mean, I just don't think it's good practice.
But
Yeah, now that it's become an issue, we're gonna have to change, we're gonna have to do a text amendment if we wanna do it, Todd. They're right. It's become an issue now.
Yeah, that's a simple solution. It's just to legislate it. You guys have the authority to do that.
Okay, so that's what we need to do.
But what happened last spring with all of the trucks that came in?
Yeah.
Clearly, they were in violation of the city's zoning code.
But
unless it's code enforced,
they were invited by the city.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that the it doesn't matter if it's a city, they're not in violation to have that, if
it was on the city property.
You invited them, Kay. You
Yeah,
invited
it
them.
was city property. That was not last spring, it was last fall. It
Okay.
was the first
Yeah,
year.
Let's just if the council's purview is to permit food trucks, let's just figure out the right zones to permit it so it's not in a residential neighborhood and do it. I'm happy to draft up the necessary changes to the text amendment to add it. It's no problem.
Then let's add it for Thursday's meeting and let's get it done.
Can't do that.
Why?
Because
We haven't called the meeting yet, so we can do it.
I was just thinking of Paula being gone with them.
Well, somebody can send her a message. But I tell you what, I would like us to not have our meetings unless somebody's sick on Zoom. Because my audio mysteriously jacked up and then the host ended something was what my screen said. And I think we need to have our meetings in person. In the council chambers, we can be 7 feet apart. We could do Facebook Live, which I'm sure somebody has that access to do it. And Todd can still record the meeting and put it out there.
Nobody muted you, Danny, and we had a 2.5 hour window. I thought that would be enough, but
3 hours. 3 hours is when Zoom shuts down.
You put the time in there. I put the time in there, 2.5 hours.
So what do we have to do to get this done by
But
Thursday?
Mayor, if it ended, Mayor, we wouldn't have been able to get back on with the same ID and everything. We would have needed a new invite and a new password
That's not
at
true.
one time now.
I just scheduled another meeting just now. Let's not argue about that. You guys do what you need to do. I've been here most of the day. I'm ready to go home.
Can you draft that up for Thursday, Alex?
Yeah,
That's pretty short notice. I don't think you could do that. I mean, I think that's short notice for Alex.
you guys want me to draft the text amendment? I mean, that's what we want to do to add it. Do you guys know what zone you want to put it in? That's the only thing I've got.
Even if he does, it's gotta be referred to the planning commission before we can adopt it.
That's
Yeah.
Right,
right.
all we can do is a resolution asking the planning commission to review it, but do we have any idea what zone you want to put it in?
Business,
There's some
A
work that
business
has to be
zone?
done.
highway, commercial, business zone.
And neighborhood commercial, all three of them.
So a resolution sending it to the planning commission for review and
And you want
recommendation.
it as a permitted use?
Well,
Right, do you want it as a permitted use or conditional?
the guy's gonna have to ask permission wherever he puts this thing.
Well, it's the property owners, the person's gonna have to seek I guess, a temporary permit for purposes of a food truck. I just gotta figure out how exactly the planning commission's gonna have to work through that. Because it's the property owner, he floats. The food truck floats on the property owner, but the zoning distinction doesn't go to the truck. It goes to the land that it's on.
Joe, would you give us a recommendation of what you think? I saw you looking at your map. You don't have to do it tonight.
Highway commercial covers most of the areas that are where he'd wanna put it.
I don't see why we couldn't put him at the firehouse until this gets settled up. Everybody else was there. I can't find anything in this book this has been handled correctly at all.
Yep. That's on city property, so he could do it there, right, Alex?
I have to have permission from the mayor, and I'm not doing that. Remember, you just said I was against the law.
That's because you're requiring this guy to have an occupational license, but nobody else has had to.
Incriminating.
Let's just do this right. Let's just do it the right way. If you guys want a food truck to be permitted, is it seasonal? Is it year round? Is it only during the pandemic? I mean, what exactly is the recommendation of the council? And then that's the resolution we send.
Year round. Year round.
So you want me to draft a resolution authorizing or asking sending it to the planning commission for purposes of review and recommendation as to the food truck, or I guess there's probably a better definition. I need to figure out what the definition is, but I guess a temporary restaurant. I don't know. I have to look and see what the definition is. But nevertheless, sending it to them for approval.
Alex, I have a quick question.
Sure.
Ice cream truck. What does he fall under?
Same thing. They also have to have a license to operate in the cities. I mean, cities have kicked out food, Kona ice cream trucks frequently if they don't have an occupational permit.
I'm kind of doubting the guy that comes around here has one.
I'm sure. I mean, heck, we don't even charge taxes for businesses. We don't even have license fees.
I just don't understand this whole thing. This just blows me away.
Yeah, if there's any definition that you guys see, please call me tomorrow. I'm happy to look at it. But I looked through, I think there were 12 or 15 permitted within those zones, and it definitely didn't apply. It was definitely not a restaurant with a dine-in. or excuse me, a drive-through, which is the only really classification there.
I'm sure there's some examples out there to use because food trucks are a big deal right now. All cities have food trucks.
I agree. There's definitely people that are permitting them. I'm sure they're permitting them in only very, very, specialized zones because they don't want all the traffic problems and things associated in some cases with people, lining up for a truck. But we'll find the answer. It's out there. I mean, people do it.
Usually it's downtown. In the big cities, it's downtown.
Well, my phone's open all week. Please let me know, and whatever resolutions you guys want me to draft up, I'm happy to do it. So if there's 2 or 3 or 10, I don't care. Whatever you tell me to do.
Joe, you're gonna look at it?
If it requires the zoning thing, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah. I think you have a better understanding of the zoning than the rest of us. That's why
I've got no experience on food trucks, but I think it's the right thing to do. I agree that we need to get him a license. I mean, it's a business. Hell, we ought to get him some COVID money too.
I think it's a shame that we have deteriorated to the point where we treat people the way we do. I'd make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Before we do that, can we go over when the next meeting's there for me?
Well, I was gonna make a request for a special reading on Thursday, the 15th, for the budget amendment, second reading. Does that need to be voted upon?
And
What time, Sean?
Well, I mean, 7 p.m., we can do a conference call, because it'll take me 3 minutes to read it. If you want to do a conference call instead of a Zoom, it might be easier. It doesn't matter to me. I just need you guys to hear the second reading and let me go forward with it.
Well, it's gotta be public though.
The public has to be able to attend. Can't be a conference call.
Good point.
Can we,
Okay.
Alex, can we FaceTime a meeting with council present and FaceTime in the city?
No, Todd, that's a great question. I was trying to scratch my head to do about what happens when you get timed out of the Zoom meeting tonight. I was like, holy cow, we got to get this thing back on. But I don't have an answer to that. I know the Zoom and these Google meeting rooms are what everybody's using, but I haven't heard anybody use Facebook yet. Just some people don't have access to, I guess, have a Facebook account.
Let's second Jennifer's motion to adjourn.
So our only topic is gonna be the budget on Thursday night?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, wait a
Make a
minute.
motion to adjourn?
Wait a minute. I got this monthly report I'd like to have for Thursday because we skipped over it tonight and I don't want to drag this out any farther.
Okay.
I would like to ask one other thing. I don't know why we don't get minutes from special meetings.
Now, that would be on me then. I should send them out.
Well, you've not been the only one that's not done it, but I would like to see that we get those, so we can approve them.
That makes sense, Mrs. Humphrey. Yeah, I agree with you. That's a good point.
Motion? Second?
You had a motion and second.
So, okay, Ms. Humphrey, you seconded it. Okay, so, Mr. Roberts? Is that a yes, Mr. Roberts?
That's a yes.
Okay. Mr. Dusing?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
yes.
Okay, and Ms. Lowry is not here, so abstain, I guess. So, all right, motion adjourned. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good, Jim.
See you.